Welcome back, everybody. It's Freddie Mac, and I'm back with part 2 of the AllScan installation. Now, in part 1, we got all of the AllScan installation finished. But there's a part 2. There's an add-on out there called AllTune that's made by N1ACC Howard Quimby down over in Chesapeake, Virginia. Now, I met Howard through Groups.io. He had a problem with AllStar. Some time goes by, not a whole lot of time, and he hits me up with this idea he's got, and he's got a prototype to test. I was pretty excited about it. I don't know how excited he was, but I thought it was just neato mosquito, so I've implemented it into my AllScan. He said, "You have the DV switch on your AllStar node," and I said, "Yes, I do. I bridge TGIF DMR talk group 3143399 to my AllStar node in analog, and they transcode." Well, he said, hey, what if you had an addition to AllScan that would allow you to change your Brandmeister or TGIF talk group on the fly? I'm like, I'd be very interested in that, because sometimes I want to listen to a different talk group or two on TGIF. If you had your DV switch server inside your AllStar node set to Brandmeister, there's several other talk groups that you would like to monitor. And you could do it all on your walkie that is connected to your AllStar node because of the DV switch server. There'll be a video linked in here somewhere. And he sent me a file and some instructions, and I tried it out, and lo and behold, it worked. And I'm like, hey, got a little suggestion here, got a little suggestion there. It's just aesthetics from me. And I got another email from him the other day where he's made it one step better, and it's all attached to your AllScan installations. So let me just show you what it looks like in the end result, and then I'll show you how to install it. So this is what my AllStar node Supermon 2 looks like. Regular standard stuff. And I could log in and do all kinds of stuff. And now I can do this, which I'm going to end up putting. Let's just do that now. Okay, so this is my Supermon 2 page on my node at home 58176. And you can see that's my main public node. This is my first private node, which is my DMR to analog bridge on TGIF talk group 3143399. And this is node 1999. It's another private node that is not in use at this moment, but may be later used for Ham Shack Hotline. Nonetheless, I can log out of that to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like, but I've also added a link down here to my AllScan page. Or I can just go to my Supermon 2, take out everything past the non-standard web port, or if you don't have one of those, it's be the first slash in the address there, and type in AllScan. And this is after we've installed it, and this is what it looks like. There's my 58176, my public node, my private node, and James, AA5PD, is connected to me, or I'm connected to him. My node is set to automatically connect to him whenever it reboots. And here are all my favorites, and they're getting scanned as we speak. And looky right here is this nice little window where I can change my TGIF talk group. Now it's currently on 3143399. And you can see that we're using 3143399 on the TGIF network. Okay, so let's change it to TGIF talk group 918. That's the Tulsa metro area. I'm going to type in the talk group number, click on TGIF, and hit connect. Now it says I'm connected to talk group 918. Well, let's test that theory, shall we? Nine, 1, 8. Key it up. Coming over that way. Coming over that way. So 918 is now the talk group for my AllStar node. We'll come back up here to the computer and change that talk group back to 314-3399. Hit connect. And it's indicated that we're back over to it. So let's try it out. So I gotta change this one back. And our talk group is back to 314-3399. How about that business, y'all? That's the end results. How do we get there? Well, let's just go find out, shall we? Okay, so for the purposes of this video, I have downloaded the alltune.zip file. This is the zipped up, compressed version of all the files we're going to need to add this little feature in 2 different ways. And we'll go through that as we get there. So there'll be a link in the description for the download of this one file. Once you get it, put it in a directory that you'll know where you can find it and extract it. I'm going to put it in a sub of this directory, and there's all the files. There's some release notes here that you can read, but there's another file to the inside that you're going to want to extract it as well. And boom, you end up with another subfolder called AllTune and about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 files. One of which is the instructions. AllTune for HamVoip version 0.31. And it gives you a bunch of information here. So let me get my computer prepped and I'll be right back and we will start the installation. You can read the introduction yourself. We're just going to go jump right to the installation. It wants us to create a new folder under SRV HTTP AllTune. It wants us to create the new folder called AllTune and place all the following files in it. Now these files here it's talking about are the ones that we just downloaded and unzipped. So let's go into WinSCP, which I don't know if I have on this machine, and I do. Okay, we've logged into our node and it wants us to create a new folder, so we're going to go to SRV HTTP and we're going to create a new folder here called AllTune. So we need to right click on the screen, we hit new directory and call it AllTune. And there it is. Now we've got to find those files we just downloaded. And there's the files that we need to download. That's the ones we just unzipped, so we can select them all. And we can either just copy them, or we could just open this AllTune and drag them over. And boom, they're there. Now, let's check back with the directions. This list here tells us what each file does. And in the config INI is where we need to change our TGIF or our Brandmeister self-care credentials, our self-care password that we put in. It's not the password we use to log into those sites, it's the password within our account to enable our mobile hotspots or our Pi-Stars or what have you. We're going to go and log into config INI. We're still in WinSCP. We're going to go to config INI and we're going to right click and edit it and hopefully make the text bigger than that, because my God, that's tiny. And I'll try to zoom in on this on our screen. But what we're going to do on this config.ini, since I'm using TGIF, I'm going to log into my TGIF website. I'm going to log into the KD5FMU account. And we will go to self-care. And under self-care, we go to user security and we're going to we're going to copy and paste this hotspot security key. And we're going to paste it right there. I'm not going to be using Brandmeister for this instance, but if you are, you'd go to your Brandmeister account, or you would have written down your self-care password for your hotspots, and you could just put it in between these quotes here. Now we're going to hit save here and close that out. And if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, you know, I thought I was wrong once, but it turns out I was just mistaken. Open a browser and navigate your hotspot /.IP address, your AllStar node, and change the directory to AllTune. So here's our AllStar. So let's just change that folder at the end to AllTune. And boom, we got yet another new page. And looky there, there's all of our favorites. And there's a shortcut to AllScan DMR Tune, which is this page. DV switch, ASL keyed, because we have a DV switch. Oops, and I hit too many buttons. That was inside of a frame, wasn't it? Let's just go back to AllTune. Supermon 2, Brandmeister, yada yada. So our current, this node is currently logged into TGIF 3143399. And as I showed you a while ago, it's just a matter of typing in 918 TGIF connect, and then we're connected to talk group 918. Test them off camera, and it worked. Sometimes you've just got to key up on AllStar first. It creates the bridge and hangs on to it for a while. And there it is. Oh, that's how you drop the walkie. So we can come right back up here and go 3143399, hit connect, and we're back on that talk group. Long press the 0 on the Anytone. 3143399, key up. Key up on the, yeah, and the bridge is there again on a different talk group, right back to the original. And I have these favorites in here. The favorites are pulled from the Supermon, not Supermon 2, so just be aware of that. Now there's another way that we can take this window right here and embed it into our AllScan page, so that we only have one page to deal with instead of two. And it's all up to you. It's a personal preference. It's all up to you. Right here in the instructions, we're going to jump on down to the optional old hacky method, which I just love this terminology. And we're going to copy the tgtune.php file from this folder. We're going to take this file from this folder, and we're going to put it into the AllScan. So let's go back to WinSCP. And there's tgtune. We're going to, I just like to pull it over here. Okay, so let's navigate to the AllScan folder. We're going to take that tgtune.php and we're going to drag it into there. Now we're going to, if I remember right, let's check those directions. We're going to edit the srv http allscan/index.php file, and we're going to jump to this line. It's around line 75. So index.php, right click edit, and in WinSCP you can hit this little button right here and go to a line. Type in 75, hit OK, and it's right here at the bottom. If modify, OK, blah, blah, blah. That's where it wants us to copy and paste this info. So let's go back to the instructions. And we want to grab these lines of text. We'll copy them. And we're going to put, we got if modify, OK, show node, yada, yada. We're going to put a couple of spaces there. Jump up so that we've got a space between everything. And paste those lines in. Now, once you've done that, You want to put a gap between that first line and this show node line, but it throws in these spaces, these carriage returns, if for lack of a better word, and we're going to take them back out. And that's not how you do it. I'm on a different computer, so bear with me. We're going to come down here and start taking out these spaces. And I think that'll get us where we need to be. We're going to hit save, close out that file, go back to our browser, go back to our AllScan page and refresh. And looky there, folks, we got ourselves a nice little window that we can jump on and change our talk groups on a whim. Let's go to 3104. TGIF connect, and we've connected to talk group 3104. We want to jump back 314-3399, connect, and we're back on it again. Isn't that neat? Isn't that just the neatest thing you've ever seen? AllScan is aesthetically pleasing. You can throw all your favorites in here and see what their current conditions are. If they're in the green, like I said before, they're registered on the AllStar Link network. If they're black, they're probably turned off. They're not logged into ASL. I'm not exactly sure yet about the receive percentage, maybe how many times it's received recently. I'm not sure. The L count is a link count, so the KC5HWB right now has 12 connections. And if these turn red, that means someone is currently transmitting on that node. So there it is, folks. AllScan and AllTune, or AllScan with AllTune, right there on your desktop. You can't beat it. It's just that good. Well, there it is, folks. Another AllStar add-on, AllScan, with the new and improved AllTune by Howard Quimby, November 1, Alpha Charlie Charlie, over there in Chesapeake, Virginia. Man's a genius. He's got some awesomeness going on, and we're having fun with AllStar. Now, the AllScan interface works with GMRS Live to a point. There's still some tweaks to be made to make it work. Hopefully in the future we'll get some tweaks for AllScan to make it completely work in GMRS Live. It's a nifty little interface to have. But changing those talk groups on the fly, like on your cell phone, it is cool. As you know, we recently hit 3,000 subscribers. We're at over 3,100 now on the channel, and we appreciate you very much. Please consider becoming a channel member. That is coming up very, very soon. This helps move the channel forward for everything amateur radio. I'm fixing to start my POTO adventures very soon as the weather turns nice, and I get a few free extra days, but I am so looking forward to this. This is going to be so much fun. And I just want to say thank you all for your love and support and everything. The emails, I get so many encouraging messages that I'm overwhelmed, and I really appreciate it. If there's something you want to see me do that you think that I can do with amateur radio, hey, put it in the comments. Drop me an email, kd5fmu@gmail.com. So with that said, I'm going to say 73s. Wishing all the good signals to be yours, and ham on, y'all.